on huliso hostina pokoli on tuklo kipisa. Huliso hostina pokoli on tuklo. Okay, under na and non, we are going to look under na and non. Na and its variant non are very productive prefixes that are attached to verbs to make nouns. We had prefixes that would attach to a verb to make it another verb, or it would change to a noun. So this one says they are attached to verbs to make nouns. These prefixes come from the word non, which means a thing or something, and make a noun of the form meaning that which, whatever the verb is. The na form is used before consonants and the non form before vowels. Non often appears with isht to make words for tools or instruments. Giving literal translations, I'm going to give you an example. Where it says non often appears with ish to make words for tools or instruments. Okay, here we have the word nana beginning this little this phrase. Nana. This would be the literal translation for non-ishtwashoha. Non-ishtwashoha. It does not mean play with something. I know a lot of people tend to think that because the isht is in there, it does mean with, but not in that context. It does not mean play with something. It means something with which to play. I'm going to give you a couple of examples along this line that's going to hopefully give you a better understanding. I'm going to throw a word in here that I believe we've had it. If we have not had it, I apologize, but I believe we have had it. I think it was in chapter 7. No, it's in this chapter. We haven't had the class. I mean, we haven't had the lesson yet, but it's on page 74. Okay, just to show you how these can be understood and used, especially non-ishtwashoha. I was trying to explain how isht, in its usage, the context can be misunderstood sometimes, and sometimes it can be, you just have to understand that Choctaw is a literal language, and sometimes it will apply, the same thing in English will apply, and other times you have to understand through context that it will have a slightly different meaning in the English. Okay, I'm going to take this out. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. There it is. It came back. Thank goodness. I was worried that I had lost the whole thing. I'm going to take the first part out just to show you how this can be. Shoha, and then a toy. Another term, that another context. Using it with the non. This is going to be understood as play with. Oh, no, 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 no. I apologize. I was writing on the screen, making changes here and there, and everything was coming off the screen. And in the meantime, that's when I was saying, no, 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 no. And before it was all gone, I don't know what happened, but it just kicked me out of the class. So I am back, and we're going to continue this. Okay, I've given you non-ishtwashoha as a toy or toys. Then I've given you the word ishtwashoha, just with the isht and not with the something. So non-ishtwashoha is something with which to play. And I gave you this as the literal translation as for non-ishtwashoha. Something with which to play is the literal translation. It can mean a toy or toys. And then I gave you the example, alamat non-ishtwashoha, banna. Then I give you just ishtwashoha. This means to play with something. When you put non with this one, it becomes a noun. When we had isht, this stays a verb. Ishtwashoha, to play with something. Non-ishtwashoha is a noun, means a something with which to play. So notice how the word order, even in the definitions, change. Something with which to play with something. Then I gave you the example, Ofi matshulush ishtwashoha. Ofi matshulush ishtwashoha. So a lot of times when we see the isht, like ishtimpa can be a noun, and it can also be a verb, meaning to eat with. Something with which to eat, ishtimpa. I'm going back to the isht, I know, but I'm trying to get a better understanding as we move forward how this is going to be understood through context. Okay, let's go ahead to my dictionary. If you will get your dictionary, we'll look in there real quick. If you will look on page 226. I'm sorry, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, look on page 264 in your dictionary. On page 264 in your dictionary. I know I'm going backwards, it seems like, but at the bottom of the left-hand column, you see na, a noun. It says a thing, an actor, an agent, an article, contracted from nana. Before P, M, and B, M, and P, usually written as nom. Before the vowels and CH, L, and T, written N-A-N, the nasal A, for euphony's sake. And then it goes on to say it is prefixed to verbs to form a noun, name an agent or a thing, like non-okpani, can be a criminal, or okpani means to destroy, so it can be someone who destroys. Non-okpulo, okpulo means bad, evil, vile, so it can be something that is vile, a vile thing. So that's what I wanted you to see in the use of na and non and nom. A lot of times we don't use the nom before P and B. We go ahead and nasalize the A, underline the A in the written. Okay, looking at the examples, the first word is nanish chilili. Nanish chilili. And the literal translation, that with which one dries, or a towel. That's not a term that is used by the consensus of the speakers. It does give that translation, but we don't usually use the term nanish chilili for a towel. The word for towel you're going to find on page 277 in your dictionary. The word we have for towel you're going to find on page 277 in your dictionary. If you have not looked at the back of the book to find the word towel. You find that on page 586, and it only gives you one entry. Nashoka ishkasholichi. And that's on page 277 in your dictionary. This is the word that's used for towel. Nashoka ishkasholichi. Nashoka ishkasholichi, where it says a towel. But we know that nashoka means the face. And we know that towels are used for other things besides just the face. So those that choose to perhaps do use non-Ishchilili, but non-Ishchilili is not a term that is known to the Choctaw speakers. This was made up and put in the book. So that's why I said you're not likely to hear speakers use this term, because, like I said, the author put this word together and put it in the book. It's not something that's going to be used by the consensus of the speakers. And then we have the word nafuka, that which is put on. And we're thinking about the clothing, nafuka. Then we have non-ashtuka. And when we look at these, the first one, N-A-N, is going to be separated from the main part of the word. Na, you might see this written separate, and you might see it written together. Non-ashtuka, you're going to see me write it separately from ashtuka. Non-ashtuka, the one who is elected. This is commonly used to mean police officer nowadays. Non-ashtuka could be anyone who is elected to office, any elected official. Then we have non-ula. You're going to see me write this word separately, non and then ula, that which sounds. The author has used this to mean radio, but today it could mean any number of things. Non-ula could be, I'm thinking of a CD player, iPod, anything that makes a sound, anything that you're going to listen to. Non-ula. Non-ula can also mean sound, something that sounds. Do you have any questions on this part? Sorry, my keyboard's frozen. It won't let me put anything in here. But I'm going to give you some words that I want you to define and make a sentence with each. I meant to have 2 and 2, but I've got 3 nasal and 1. Okay, everybody's got their work in. Let's take a look. Okay. I'm just going to read through these and you'll know which ones are yours. This one says, Natan namat nafuka ikbi. That weaver makes clothes. Sashkiat napakali banna. My mother wants flowers. Napunaklomat sanokuwatuk. Napunaklomat, that question angered me. This is not the proper term for angered me. Sanokuwatok says I was angry, I was angered. Sanokuwatok. But to say that question, giving the sense of made me angry, it doesn't fit. We haven't learned how to use the causative suffix, but that's what you would need here. Napunaklo matsanokuwachi took. That you need the causative suffix on that. We haven't studied yet. Nani kana yet okisushitiwe. The student is opening the window. Those are good sentences. The number 3 is the one that would need just a little bit work on. And this one says Natana ilapat huma. This fabric is red. Napakali laknama ayokpanchili. I like those yellow flowers. Kiyo napunaklo inshile kiyo. No, I don't have any questions. I wondered how many of you would find that, use that. Well, there's so much nanikana. No, all of these words are nouns. It says in the book that na and non put before a verb is going to make nouns. So nanikana is not a verb. All of these are nouns. Napakali, natana, weaver, that which is woven. Napakali, that which blooms, flowers. Napunaklo, questions. Nanikana is someone who learns, that which learns, or someone who learns. Nanikana. And here I have hulisomat ikanali, or the hulisomat nanikanali is not a proper sentence. To say I can learn from that book, we haven't learned how to use those terms that mean from, to, or for, and all of that. We've had some, but not everything. So number 4 needs to have some work done on it. And this one says, Sashkiat natana homma chompa, natana homma chompa. Mother chompa took, I'm sorry. Mother bought red fabric. Kyo napunaklo inshile kyo. That's another one. Napakali. Pakali at napakali homma. The flower has red blooms. No, you to say have or has, we're going to need another word in here. To me, a flower is a red bloom. So to say the flower has red blooms would not, to me, doesn't make sense even in the English. So that would need a little bit of work. Pakali na pakali humma. To me, it says the flower is a red flower. So, like I said, it doesn't. To say the flower has red blooms. I mean, to me, the flower is a red bloom. So anyway, work on that one. Nanikana at amafo hoyotuk. Nanikana at amafo hoyotuk. To me, this is saying the student, because you have marked nanikana with at. That tells me that nanikana is the subject. Nanikana yat amafo hoyotuk. This is saying the students look for my grandfather. You have it just the opposite. Napunaklo washinshi. Napunaklo washinshi. Okay, your answer should be Kyo napunaklo inshili kyo or napunaklo inshili kyo. just like you had it in the question, in your sentence. Kio naponaklo inshili kio or naponaklo inshili kio. Try to stay away from one-word answers. This helps build your vocabulary. This helps you, and like I said, if you will speak as you're writing this, that also helps build your speaking skills and your vocabulary. Okay, I've heard from 2 of you, so I know 2 of you don't have questions. So I'm going to go ahead and close class, and I will see you all on Wednesday. And if you'll mark your page for 70 for CHI, the causative suffix, we'll begin there when we come back. Yakuki.